Hey guys, Gene Campbell here. We're doing a little one of our little diary entries here. It's a little bit longer video. What we're going to talk about today is some of the business side of the tournament angling. A couple of things that you do leading up to these competitive tournaments. We are in what others would call an off season, if you will. Sorry for the air quotes, but that's really pretty much, there really isn't an off season when you're in tournament fishing. You're either prepping gear and getting stuff ready or handling other administrative logistical items, or you're fishing or practicing for fishing. But yeah, man, so one of the things leading into this, we always try to maximize our output, the potential output of what we get. When we were looking at what leagues we wanted to compete in, we always look at what is the potential payout for the win, what is the potential payout for other spots, and what's the entry, what sort of distance are we going to need to travel, what sort of travel costs are involved in that, what sort of contingency programs are also linked with this series that we can cash in on. All these things should be in your train of thought. It's so easy to get caught up in just the fishing aspect of tournament fishing, but you got to remember, if you want to try to take this to the next level, you're going to have overhead involved. And so what you're looking at is trying to maximize that money. We want to take this money that we have to spend, which it is a tremendous amount. We want to take that out of the realm of expense as much as we can, and we want to move it towards investment. I mean, that's the key, right? When we invest, we get something back for it. So that's really, really what you always need to be keeping your head to the grindstone looking for is this an investment? Is it just a pure one-off expense? So on and so forth. One of the major areas that we looked at is on the contingency side of things. This is what led us to the FLW long ago. And now, which is the MLF Big Five. Companies that want to associate with those areas there, flat out, the Bass Pro Shops Tournament Rewards, which now extends into the Ranger Cup and into the Triton Gold program. I don't quote me on the Ranger Cup actually, but I definitely know the Triton Gold program seems to be involved in it. But if you got a tracker boat, a Nitro, a Mako, any of their lines that you're buying from Bass Pro Shops, and you're fishing competitively on the MLF circuit, you can cash in on that tournament rewards. Now, if you fish where we fish in the series that we're in, we're talking about the potential possibility of a $7,000 additional payday to win one of these events. I mean, depending on how many boats enter into one of these things, that could maybe even eclipse the payout, the first place. You couple that with the Mercury bonus that comes on board with that, and any other contingencies that you've happened to be a part of, man, we're talking that this could be a serious payday. All right, it goes beyond the $4,000, $5,000 pay for first place, and starts taking you up into that $12,000 and $13,000. Keep in mind, that's the same thing, the same $200 you spent to win, that $200 or $4,000. That $200 could turn into $12,000 simply by registering up with some of these contingencies. To me, that membership to the Bass Pro Shops tournament rewards wasn't an expense. That's an investment. We're looking for that thing to pay back, right? I mean, that's what we're looking for. Plus, the tournament rewards also has a high finisher. In the event that no one wins it from the tournament reward side, if you're the highest finisher, I think in the top X percentage of the field, you can still cash out like $500. Not a bad gig. You look at those type of things wherever you're fishing. We use the tournament rewards. We use the power pole. We are now a pro staffer with power pole as well, but we do their captain's cash. That's a couple hundred additional bucks. We do the Wiley X contingency. That's some just by basically putting their information on our jerseys, talking about the fact that we use them. Obviously, we have a potential of winning an extra pair of those shades. I mean, that's $150, man. That's a good value. B&W trailer hitches. Got one on the back of my Silverado right now. Love it. So we deal with that. But maybe the second biggest one for us beyond the tournament rewards is the T&H Marine Atlas rewards. T&H Marine, man, I've got more stuff from bow to transom on this boat that is T&H Marine gear From the Atlas jack plate to the prop nut on the front, the G-force handle, the troll tamer, the cull system, the YOLO stick we use for recording, the G-force handle, I may have already said that, the hot foot throttle, you name it, man. We've got Teenage Marine through and through on our boat. We live by that and use them. And that is a potential big payday for us as well when we do well with those guys. Companies that are willing to reward you for using their products that you would already use, dude, if they got a contingency, get on board with it. All right, this is how you start shuffling that money from expense into investment. That is exactly our one of the game plans we use with this. Second piece I wanted to talk about real quick with you here is on your travel plans. Call around and get to know people when you're looking for places to stay. Whether you're a guy that stays in a campground or whether you stay in a hotel, balance these numbers out, man. Take a look at it real close. Some guys, just vehemently will not stay in a hotel, but look at the cost of camper, look at the cost of upkeep on the camper, look at the cost of the campground itself. That's a long-term investment. You need to realize that when you're getting involved in that. That isn't just a one-off deal. For us right now, with our travel and so forth, hotels work better for us. So that's where we're staying. That's why we haven't gone and thrown a camper in the back of the truck yet. Not to say that we may not eventually, but there's other options out there. Is when you start networking with other people, is get together with other anglers out there. Maybe an Airbnb, splitting it down the line is a better idea. These are tips given to me from the pros that they utilize on the pro circuit, and these guys have lived on the road for the last umpteen years. Trust me, they know. And so when you're taking it, even at the regional level, fishing at that level, find ways to cut your cost on that. If there's a co-angler that's looking for a ride down there, maybe they'll split some gas prices with you. Look into those things, man. Get resourceful. Find ways to network out with other people out there. It's the days of old of trying to keep all this information and putting your game face on and getting all aggressively this and that. Those are the guys in the back of the pack, man. I'm telling you that right now. We're all in this thing to do the same thing, right? We're here to compete, do the best we can, win some money if we can, have a blast doing something that we love. Network with other guys out there. Try to pool your resources together, and you can really watch your expenses drop considerably. I know the first few years that we were doing it alone, our expenses were much higher than what we have right now, and we have a travel partner for the tournament season now, and we split costs on all kinds of stuff, man, and it has made it way more affordable for both of us. I know that for sure. So hopefully this information helps you guys, man. We're going to start doing some of these little diary entries like this, little letters from camp, and try to put kind of some of this stuff together. We'll get it up on YouTube. Try to keep it in that 10-minute range. We're going to be talking about just some of the things and that we've gone through with how we've worked out deals with sponsors that we currently have. The different types of sponsorships that are out there and available to guys that want to start, get rolling on the grassroots side of things. Yeah, man, we'll just kind of start going over a lot of this stuff, and hopefully this can reach out there and maybe help somebody else that's just getting started, or maybe somebody's been doing it and kind of burning out a little bit. If you have any topics you want to discuss, want to talk, man, reach out to me. Hit me on DM me on Facebook, Instagram, either way. I'll be glad to chat over the phone with anybody on this kind of stuff, and or we can fire up a video and we'll do it that way. Thanks a lot, guys. Really, really appreciate all the support and love that you keep giving us. Remember to give us a like, give us a share, tell your friends about a page, give it a like, and we'll keep this stuff flying. Tight lines, be safe, everyone.